You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Hey, born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for. So I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spin it, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
What's up, everybody? Hey, everybody. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 99, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kinsey, happy by Mr. Happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. And you know I'm the Oprah, the smooch. So you get a smooch, Everybody, mwah, gets a dang blasted smooch and a good hug on this good thing on Saturday. What's going on, Blended Boo? Grand rising to you too, beautiful. Thank you. Hey, Larry, don't work too hard. Thank you for listening while you're working. So yeah, y'all, let's get her in. All right. So I don't know which one I should talk about first. Let me give y'all the herb first, okay? A lot of y'all going through some stuff, so let me go ahead and give y'all this herb first, okay? It's called Sacha Inchi. Okay? And when I tell y'all, older people are beginning to take this. I'm talking older people like in their 70s and stuff, beginning to take this because it helps with joint pain. I don't want to skip anything, so let me just go ahead and go down a couple things. I'm not going to give it all to you at one time because it's really a powerhouse, and it really helps to heal a lot of people. And a lot of old Chinese people use this. Now, the difference between America and China, is when you go over there to their pharmacy, they got natural herbs that's in these little cases, Dun Qua. They got all of this and stuff that you can actually go up and get a little bit because it helps with this and get a little bit of that because it helps with that. They actually give you an option. It's only here believe it or not, that our options is kind of being taken from us, that they want you to just go to the pharmaceutical company to where you don't know what the stuff is made of. You haven't listened to them commercials when it says you go to them for your eye ache, and one of the side effects of the medicine is that your eye may ache. It's like, but that's what I'm coming to you for, bro. You know. Anyway, so this particular herb, it helps with your heart. It supports your heart, and it also, and one of the things it does is strengthens the heart, which is great. Okay. A lot of people take this particular herb, they take it in a powder form and everything. It also is high in antioxidants. Okay. And remember, the antioxidants also build up your immune system. Okay. So it's another thing that is good in. It improves your brain health. So if you know somebody with ADD, schizophrenia, dementia, Alzheimer's, um, anything that has to do with the brain, it improves the function of the brain. Even if you have memory, like your memories kind of, this helps to rebuild and make your brain function work better. Now, one of the other powerhouse things that it does is lower your bad cholesterol, your LDL. It lowers your bad cholesterol. Okay. And so if you're having a cholesterol problem, this is one thing that it does. It lowers your cholesterol. Okay. Um, Let me see. What else do I want to tell y'all real quick? Um, a lot of y'all, you say, okay, Creole, I take herbs, I take this, that, and the other, but it doesn't seem to be working. You could have a gut problem, okay? If you got a gut problem, one of the things that you need to incorporate is to take your medication with apple cider vinegar, or you need to take your medication with oxbile, OX space BILE. What that does is it bypasses whatever's going on in your gut, and it pulls the nutrients in from that herbal medicine or from your doctor's medicine, okay, from the pharmaceutical. It pulls it into your body to where your body receives it, and you start feeling whatever that medication is supposed to do. A lot of people have very bad guts, and that's why they don't get the effect that they need from their medication. You have to deal with your gut issue, okay? You just do. A lot of you got SIBO, okay, which is small intestines bacteria overgrowth. If you got SIBO, a lot of times your food as well as your medication will not, and I quote, will not do what it's supposed to do. Okay. So only you and your doctor know what you got, when you got it, and all the other things are the things. Well, one of the things this herb does that I'm talking about, it actually helps in aiding your digestive system. Okay. It really does. So if you like me, you got GERD, GERD. Okay, that's one of the things that you need to get, is something that'll help you pulling the nutrients in your stomach, and getting your cells. All right. So that's all I'm gonna give y'all for that right now, because it's a lot more. It's a lot of more. A lot of more. That's all I'm gonna give y'all that for right now. So my cousin, I love my family. My cousin sent me something because I told you all that my granny, one of my grannies, she was one of 11 kids, 15. I think it was 15, okay, but I think it's 11 that's still living. She was one of them, but her mother was one of 22. Okay, like for real. One of the claims to fame that our family does is have a lot of kids. Okay, we do. Our family is huge, but God blessed us to be breeders. That's all I say. We breeders, because y'all know I had 9. I had 7 girls, 2 boys. That's 9. Okay, all day, every day. Uh, so yeah, it's a lot of my mama then, but I'm talking about on my daddy's side right now. Okay, and I told you all that hopefully this summer I get to go down to Louisiana and meet some relatives that I've never meet some relatives I've never met that is still on the reservation and still live around where my grandmama them is and all this and stuff. And I'm looking forward to that. I really am looking forward to it. It seemed like everybody and mama going to Louisiana this year, but I had already planned it last year for this year. So hopefully I get to do that. and everything. But anyway, my cousin, she has her own herbal store down there. She has her own herbal business and herbal store. And she's the one told me about our great grandmother. She said that she was the herbalist for the area. She was the doctor. People would come to her for everything. So, it's in my blood. And I was like, where do I get this hunger for to teach people how to take care of their stuff naturally, where these herbs come from and what they do and everything, because that's a passion of mine I can't even explain, right? And so my cousin, she was like, you really do need to come down here so we can walk you around and everything, and you can see some of the places where our family grew up and some of the businesses we have down here and things of that nature, right? And I said, okay. Anyway, she sent me day before yesterday. She said, I sent you something and I want you to, listen to it. So I'm gonna play it for y'all, right? Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on. Is this the one? Is this the one? Okay. Right here. Listen to this.
Was the Creole capital of Louisiana. Then the state made them disappear from history. Follow me because this gets dark. St. Landry Parish had the largest free Creole population in the state by 1860. Landowners, doctors, educators. Some owned more property than white families. After Reconstruction ended, Louisiana passed racial classification laws. One drop of African blood made you black. Creole meant nothing legally. Opelusas Creoles who'd been free for generations were suddenly stripped of status. Lost voting rights, lost property, lost businesses they'd built for decades. The 1910 census shows it clearly. Families listed as Creole in 1900 were marked colored by 1910. Same families, same addresses, different classification. Many fled to California and Chicago. Others stayed and watched their children grow up not knowing they were Creole. St. Landry Parish Creoles are still here. Most people have no idea. Drop your last name if you're from Opelusas or St. Landry Parish. Follow for more Creole history they erased.
That blew my mind. I already knew because I had did history that in the 1900, beginning of the 1900s, between 1900 and 1912, that the United States went back and on everybody's birth certificate that showed up as Creole, Indian, and all of this and stuff, they changed it to black. Okay, they actually changed it to black. Hold on for a minute, y'all. This is my mama. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, you know, that kind of blew my mind. Like everybody, they kind of whitewashed it. They changed it. And I've been knowing that, but when she sent this to me yesterday, I was like, wow, now for the first time, yeah, I did something that I said I wasn't gonna do. I always said I would never watch Sinners. Okay. I always said the movie, I would never watch Sinners, the movie. I watched it and I'm regretting it because ever since I've watched it, against what said I wasn't gonna do, I've had an effect, a physical effect. Okay. Um, but most of that was built on Choctaw Indian beliefs. Okay. And a lot of y'all, I know you didn't know that, but yes, and part of my heritage in Opelusas and Creole, part of us are Choctaws. Okay. So yeah, it goes deep. It really goes deep. And but I was grateful that my cousin sent that to me so I can get, foundation of what I was studying, and then it can back up some more. So we're gonna listen to this one more again, and then we're gonna be done with this and everything. But I just thought it was interesting. I got books, I got notes, I got things from like my father. was doing research on our name and everything, and over in another country it means royalty, and there was a certain amount of land and everything that we particularly came from, and we had like uh goods over there, like let's just say rice, wheat, things like that. Okay, when I say goods, we had goods over there. Okay, and I have all his notes and all his studyings and stuff like that. And I said after I finished this last book, I was gonna get deep into that and everything, because who knows? And plus, Lord, I told my granddaughter, I said you need to. I'm gonna find you some grants for next year's schooling, when she, because she'll be her second year in university, HBCU. And I said I'm gonna find her some scholarships, because I can prove who I am. Like, I ain't one of them people that claim to be something that's not. No, I can literally prove it. I can go all the way back to 3 or 4 generations and prove who I am. So why shouldn't my grandkids? Because you do have those $5 Indians, which is, some of our Manila sisters and brothers that pay $5 to get their stuff changed to Indian so they can go to the doctors for free and all this other stuff. But the real ones, they fight us and change that so we won't get nothing. Okay. So let's listen to this one more again. Okay. Just one more again. Uh what one thing that I asked my cousin about, because y'all, I told you I used to feel like I was a cat, because my eyes used to change. Like, seriously, my eyes used to change. And I wake up I used to think I was crazy. For real, as a kid, I used to think I was crazy, because let's just say I wake up maybe on a Monday. Let's just pick a month. Let's just say on a Monday in April, I wake up and my eyes is one color. And let's just say maybe a week or 2 weeks later, I get up, maybe a different day or whatever. I get up and then my eyes is another color. And I'm like, huh? Like, it was weird. My mom couldn't explain it. Only thing she said was, it's got to come from your daddy's part of the family. And so, yeah. And I realized I wasn't the only one in my family who that happened to. I had another cousin who that happened to. I had an auntie who that happened to, and then they had other family members that they knew of that always happened to, right? So it came down the bloodline, and everything. And so I talked to, like I said, this cousin that sent me this right here. I asked her, I said, anything weird happened to y'all down there? Or you know anybody that it happened, something weird happened to? And she said, what you talking about, the eyes? And that blew my mind. I was like, yeah. She said, all right, girl, that's normal down here. She said, that's normal for your eyes to change. She said, some people only when they get excited does theirs change. She said, I don't know. It's just something in our family, which is weird, y'all. It is weird. So towards the end, before my late husband passed away, that's when mine started changing the most, is when I got upset or excited. You could see it. And he would be like, it trips me out. And I'm like, when he would say that to me, I knew that means that my eyes done changed again. He's like, it just trips me out. He said, I never know who I'm gonna come home to. But so it's weird. So I've noticed that now that I'm getting older, it's getting stuck on one particular color now. And that's why I said I don't know what our lineage has to do with a cat, because it just seemed like, cat's eyes change, right? But they're not real animals, they're hybrids. Okay, so just in case y'all didn't know that, cats are hybrids, all right? They're not real animals. Anyway, moving forward. So I never knew. I'm like, wow. So anyway, it just pays to talk to people, to keep your history going, and everything. It pays to talk to older people in the family, because that's one thing Black people don't do now, is keep up with our history, where the older people in our family knew how important it was to keep up with the records, to keep up with the births, to keep up with your family. I told y'all about me, and then one of my kids trying to get together with a cousin. They didn't even know they was kin. You know what I'm saying? It's important to go to family reunions. It's just important. It really is. A lot of y'all be done made it up with, never mind. Let me go here. Let's go ahead and play this one more again.
Opelusas was the Creole capital of Louisiana. Then the state made them disappear from history. Follow me because this gets dark. St. Landry Parish had the largest free Creole population in the state by 1860. Landowners, doctors, educators. Some owned more property than white families. After Reconstruction ended, Louisiana.
And what's so funny about this, Opelusas, when I was talking to my cousin, she was like, cause it's so like desolate down here. It's so dry. She said, like, for real, there's nothing down here no more. Only thing is down here is history. That's it. And she said that when they came in to do whatever they did, it just started killing and started drying up, the land and the resources and things of that nature and everything. So, which is sad, y'all. It is really, really sad that is happening or that it has happened. It's a person I met on YouTube. She just moved from Opelusas somewhere else, and she was like, "I hate it," blah blah blah. When she was there, and so I emailed her, and she emailed me back because I had questions about the area and everything. Because Opelusas is just where my granny's from and stuff. So and everything. And I might share a picture of my grandmother that I'm talking about, and y'all see all the Indian in her. Here we go. Let's go.
Louisiana passed racial classification laws. One drop of African blood made you black. Creole meant nothing legally. Opelousas Creoles who'd been free for generations were suddenly stripped of status. Lost voting rights, lost property, lost businesses they'd built for decades. The 1910 census shows it clearly. Families listed as Creole in 1900 were marked colored by 1910. Same families, same addresses, different classification. Many fled to California and Chicago. Others stayed and watched their children grow up not knowing they were Creole. St. Landry Parish Creoles are still here. Most people have no idea. Drop your last name if you're from Opelousas or St. Landry Parish. Follow for more Creole history they erased.
So I'm gonna say this: what if you still have a mom or a dad or somebody in your family that is living? Write some of your history down. Okay, write some of your history down because, like I said, a lot of things that we don't know, and a lot of things they're trying to erase. They really are. They're trying to get rid of the black books that empower us, empower kids. They are banning those books because they tell the truth and they don't like to look bad. Okay, they just don't. Then you shouldn't have did what you did because the truth is the light of the world. But whenever you don't know the truth on something, you are doomed to repeat it. I want you all to make sure you keep these people who have been sent over here to war, over there to war in Iran. Please keep them in your prayer, okay? Because I think the age is 30 something all the way down to 18 that they can ship you off to war or that you have to actually sign up for the draft because you know that they're trying to bring the draft back. All right. Now it's funny because this same man told everybody not to let black people back in the armed services. But now all of a sudden you want to bring the draft back. Does that make sense? Okay. So I keep telling y'all, these people are so unstable. It's ridiculous mentally, emotionally, and all the leads. Okay, they're very unstable. And the Bible states that if a man is unstable in one way, he's unstable in all his ways. Okay, so yeah, but I see something very bad trying to transpire. It's gonna be bad, and then it's gonna be good for some. It just depends on how you look at people, and that's the truth. A lot of people don't like the person anyway, so they don't care if nothing happened to that person. You know, I'm just saying, just stay prayerful, stay wise. Don't take for granted to go different places because United States do have sleeper cells. Let me explain to y'all, some of y'all, what sleeper cells is. Sleeper cells is people who have came over here. Some was born over here, but they were bred that when the appropriate time come, they are to activate. And if that means take a pow and take out as many people as they can in a grocery store, on the street, they will. At a parade, they will. At a job, they will. Some of them will wear explosive devices, and boom, anybody around them, and they're called sleeper cells. These are people who have been just living amongst us like ordinary people, but they were here for one purpose and one purpose only. That when that time comes, they will sacrifice themselves and anybody around them for the greater good that they believe in. Okay, so there's a lot of that, and they beginning to talk more and more if you listen about sleeper cells. Okay, they are. What I don't get is how these many people that are allowing this to go on, that people voted for them to take a position in the government, and you don't care if your kids, grandkids, other kids get shipped off, or if your husband or daughter or wife gets shipped off to fight a nonsense. Okay, and that's just my opinion. Okay, they threw this military man out of this meeting. Did y'all see that video where this white man, he's in the military, he's in the Marines. Okay, and he was like, I don't support this. I'm not supporting a war that has nothing to do with us and that's not based on anything. Like, he stood up and said what he felt. Well, the police, they told them, get him out of there. And so they basically, it was about 4 or 5 police officers that grabbed him and was pulling him and trying to get him out the building and everything. First of all, it was 4 or 5 of y'all. This was one man, and that man was stronger than all of y'all. I was like, come through, Marine, now, come through. But they lucky it didn't trigger that man, because, the Marines is a different type of breed. You understand what I'm saying? Ooh, raw. They're a different type of breed. They don't play them games. They don't play them crackhead games. Like, you come for a Marine, baby, you getting everything you asked for, plus some change, a little left over, and everything else. They do not play. My father spent time in special forces, meaning that it was a branch of a branch. And it was the branch that people really didn't acknowledge, but they did acknowledge, because that branch will go over and do some things that need to be done and then come back. Okay. And everything. So yeah, everybody has their prospective places that they belong in. They just really, really do. So I'm just saying, y'all, one, know where you come from. Okay. Know where you come from. Now, here's the thing. I told you guys that I saw basically a war coming across the water. People was like, girl, Blue, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. All right. Now that we see the war coming across the water, have you all been stocking up on your water? I don't care what water it is. You need enough water to cook with. You need enough water to drink to keep you hydrated, because your body is 73-75% water. You can go without food, but you can't go without water. Okay, make it make sense. I'm trying to help you. And you need water to wash your body. Okay, so average in all that water that you're gonna need, and make sure you got some up under your bed, in your closets, in your shed. Okay, you don't never want to keep it all in one spot, ever. If you haven't got your two-way walkies, get you some two-way walkies, and keep it charged up. I just got some more candles yesterday. I got matches, I got lighters, I got what is that, generator? I got a generator. I got canned goods. I need more canned goods. So, in case nothing happens, if it never happened, no harm, no foul. Just start using the stuff. You feel me? But you don't ever want to be caught with your drawers down. You don't ever want to be caught naked. Okay? And you trying to scramble to get stuff and all of this and stuff. Some of y'all that got these yards, put you a small garden somewhere. Build you a small garden. If you don't want to put it in your yard, buy you some things and keep it in your house. Build your small garden, because that way you can barter with somebody. You can help somebody and they can help you. Some of y'all don't think you're going to ever lose your job. Let me tell you something. More and more you are seeing these robots. These people are willing to spend money on robots to get your happy hips out of there, so that they can, get more out of a robot than they can out of a human being, because it's called human cruelty. Okay, you can only do the human body so many ways before it breaks. Okay, Other than that, it's real close to slavery. You cannot drive a person beyond what they can physically do. Robots don't have no feelings. So they rather hire, get 3, 4 robots in to do the job of 60, 70 people. Okay. So always, keep you some funds, loose ones, change and everything. Uh, always keep you some change and stuff. Keep it somewhere under your mattress, in the back of your closet, things like that, just in case one day these credit card, debit cards, and all that don't work. You got change. You got munchie. Where you can still get your things. Okay. I told y'all also to go get you some aspirins. I know I'm saying aspirins. Get you some aspirins. You can go Dollar General, Dollar Store, whatever. Get you some aspirins. Get you some baby aspirins. Get you some stuff for fever. And just stock up on it. Get 2 to 3 boxes. Okay? Stock up on it. I'm just saying, just stock up on it. A lot of times those of us that know some things by the way of the Lord, uh, we come in here and we can't say what we really know because YouTube will ding us. We got, because I told you I trust God and don't trust nobody. You feel me? Um, he's been talking to me and showing me stuff since I was 4 years old. That's the earliest I remember, quote unquote, people call it prophesying, whatever. That's the earliest I remember. And thank God he's allowed me to do it accurately. I only do it when he tells me to. You see what I'm saying? I'm only supposed to warn. I'm only supposed to help, guide, and things of that nature. And so I try. I try. And people, some people can get with it, some people can't. It ain't my job to force you to do nothing. It's my job to put this stuff out here and let you feed on it and go from there. Also, you need to get you a printout of every medication that you have. Okay, each month you need to have a printout of every medication that you have, just in case the system goes down. Okay, and if the system goes down, if they attack our internet grid, some of y'all out of luck because you don't have nothing else but the internet. You don't have Lord Jesus. I wish people could see what I see. So you really need you really really need to get a printout. And if you're not on no medication, praise God. Okay, praise God. So yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that ASAP. Go to your pharmacy and get a printout. Go to your doctor. I call your doctor. Say, hey, can I get a printout about the medications that y'all got on file for me? It's free. Free.com. Get it. Okay. Um. I am so glad that I really don't have no responsibilities right now because I wouldn't want to, like, I see people that are still having these kids, like, ain't nothing changed, baby. When I tell you, this is not the time to have babies. I mean, if you're pregnant, of course you got to keep it, but this is not the time to have babies. It's just not. It's not the time. Okay. Um, Unfortunately, I see. Uh, Study the Great Depression. Study the Great Depression and what they did to survive. Okay, and furthermore, the rich people think they're gonna be all right. Y'all gonna hurt the worst because y'all don't understand how to suffer. See, one thing about poor people and black people, we know how to get a pot of beans in there and get them beans going with some cornbread or some hoe cakes, and we gonna eat. We're gonna eat. Okay, it may not be filet mignon, it may not be T-bones, it may not be ribeyes and all of that. But baby, honey, we know how to get them beans in there. We know how to make some rice. Okay, and we can do that rice several different ways. So we gonna be all right. Y'all have been removed so much away from the struggle. Like I keep telling people, if everything is piled on the small man's shoulders, it's only a matter of time before it collapses. You cannot keep piling everything on the man, on the small man, on his shoulders. He can only carry so much. And right now, everything's flipped upside down. Everything is on the man's shoulders. Everything. Before long, his shoulders gonna break. Now, speaking of that, everybody who's blessed to have a mate, okay, and you got a good mate, make sure you take care of it, man. Make sure you take care of that woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rubbing her feet when she come home from work. For real. If they stink, get her some odor eaters. Get her some powder, put in them shoes. Okay, women. I hope y'all ain't walking around with no funky feet. Come on now. But that's a whole nother story. I'm stay focused, okay? Same thing with men. If they feet stink, get them some odor eaters, get them some powder, put in them boots. Okay. But for real, because one thing I miss is the togetherness that I had with my late mate, you know, and taking care of him because he took care of me. I told y'all we try to out take care of each other. You know, it's nothing better than that when you got somebody who is all about you and you all about them, and you want the best for them, they want the best for you. You want the love for them, they want the love for you. Man, it's nothing. It's nothing better. I'm telling you. And I miss massaging his shoulders. I miss rubbing on his legs, because my husband worked hard for us. He really did. And he really worked hard for me. And man had two full-time jobs. Two full-time jobs. And I appreciate everything he done for me. He drove the forklift on one, and he was a manager of the restaurant on the other. All of that kept him on his feet. All of that. But that's what he wanted to do. My husband was a worker. He was like, I even told him, you know, hey, Will, I even told him, I was like, I said, babe, won't you, down and let one of them go? I go part time. Nope, nope, nope. He was just a worker. He just loved to work. And I asked him, I said, what if I want to retire you? Because I always had better jobs than my husband. I never threw it in his face, but I've always had better jobs than him. Like, he worked two jobs to equal one of my jobs. That's how much of the pay difference it was. But I never noticed it because that man, I'm the one who took care of all the bills. All his money got put in the bank. Of course he had money to eat on for a week if he wanted to or whatever, stop and get his gas and all that. He used to tell me, I don't need all that money for what? He said it's gonna come home anyway, what I need it for. And that's just how he was. And he trusted me to take care of things. Women, when men trust you to take care of bills, to take care of the household. Don't spend the money frivolously. Don't be going talking about I need my $200 wig done. I need my weave attached. I need to go get these shoes. Oh, the new Jordans came out. So I'm going to take this water bill money and this gas bill money. I'm going to go get some Jordans. I'll put it back. I'll tell him I lost it. And then come on, don't be a Delilah. Don't be a Delilah. Okay? Look up the story. Don't be a Delilah. If this man trusts you, be trustworthy. I ain't never seen nothing's worth me sitting in the dark, boo, unless me and you just want to turn off the lights and get busy. But other than that, nothing's worth me sitting in the dark. And a lot of y'all keep trying to keep up with people. Y'all keep up with the Joneses. Baby, wait till I show y'all my tennis shoes. Wait till I show y'all my tennis shoes. I ain't gonna tell y'all yet, but I'm gonna show y'all my shoes and then tell y'all where I got them from. Wait. I make the stuff. It don't make me. See, that's the difference. I am that one that makes it. It don't make me. Just like when I lived in the projects, okay? I was the one who made my apartment and everything else. The apartment didn't make me. Okay? So let's not get it twisted, all right? Let's not get it twisted. The next thing I wanted to say, was that it? I think that was kind of it. I'm not trying to be funny, but I didn't have a lot to say today. I was just coming on here to remind you of who you are, remind you of your heritage. If you don't know, start looking it up. Okay, start asking questions. Start talking to grandmama, grandpapa. Finding out what their family, where their family came from. What did you hear? Start looking up, true ancestries to find out, because you never know, y'all. Vila Shay, hey boo. Thank you, love. I was just talking about you too. I didn't mention your name, but I was just talking about you for real. So yeah, y'all, you got to know where you come from, who's you're connected to. And in this day and age, spend time, at least 10 minutes a day, focusing on you. Just sit quiet, and clear your mind. it's a whole lot of different energies that's going on out here. Y'all ain't felt it? Like it's weird. It's like even when you leave to go to the store or something, it's weird. It's like we in a time warp or time whatever. You be driving, it's like, why do I feel the way I feel? Let me see, girl, when I was in Opelusas, I had to keep asking them to repeat themselves because some of them are very thick. I know. Every now and then, my country and Creole kick in. Every now and then, my country they kicking at the same time, and it's weird. It's weird, baby. I'd be like, mm. Oh my gosh. It kicks in, it trips me out. And I can always tell when it kicks in. That's what's so funny. And I have to go, wait a minute, hold on. And I take a breath and I go back. Cause like I said, that country and that Creole girl, it kick in. I'm like, mm. But and see, my people, they still speak French as well. Like they speak that as their first language. They still speak, and I used to. I don't know more. I'm trying to relearn it because it's like if you don't use it, you lose it. Seriously, now some things I could still make out, but I'm trying to relearn it because, like I said, that is the language that they speak. You know. So hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. It was my son bringing my medication, my asthma pump. Because with the change of the weather and everything, y'all, sometimes my asthma flare up and everything. And I haven't been taking my herbs for asthma because I haven't had to. You don't keep taking something when you. But every now and then, when that air, I mean that water, ugh, it just makes me bad. And see, my ancestors on my maternal side is Haitian, and my dad is Black and Creole. We are so mixed up. It is. Let me see. Now the seafood down there is cheap and on point. I know. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to going down there on I want to say June or July. It may be August though. It may be August, and I'm excited about it because it'll be my first trip. It will be my first trip, and I get to hopefully see some of my older ancestors and everything. And let me see if I can pull this up. Hold on, I want to show y'all something. Hold on. I'm still here. I'm still here. Let's try it. Let me go over here, see if it's in. Let me pull up this one. Hold on. My mom laughs at me because she's like, girl, that accent kicks in. And I'd be like, just shaking my head. She said, I'm like, my poor child. Because girl, I got it bad here. I got it bad. It's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm pulling it. Okay. Right here. Let me see. Let me get back over to y'all. Right here is my one of my great grandfathers. And they spell their name two different ways. This right here is how my grandfather spelled his name, Savoie, but they got it registered down there as Savoy, Savoy. And this is Savoy. This is my great grandfather though, right here. Gustav. Okay? Uh-huh. Look how young he looks, y'all. Here's a young picture of him. Yep. And he was a white Frenchman and everything, but I got the history up under this. All this writing right here is all history. But yeah, this is my great grandfather. This is my grandmother's daddy, and every stuff. So yeah. But wait a minute, let me show y'all his daughter. Let me show y'all his story. Yeah, I've been having a headache, and I don't know why. This headache has been coming and going for the last 3 days, and I've been watching it because I might have to go emergency room um, and everything. And so every now and then, this headache comes back. And when I tell you, this headache be coming back with a vengeance, it comes back with a vengeance. And I used to be a very bad migraine sufferer and everything, and I haven't had a migraine in forever. Uh, but baby, when I tell you, this headache ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Um, Let me see. Hold on. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. And then we looked up some stuff on my grandfather, the one that my grandmother married. We looked up some stuff on him. My God, today, baby, when I tell you, whew, secrets that you keep. That's all I gotta say is secrets that you keep. All right, hold on. Where's it at? Here we go. Right here. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. If I can't, then I ain't gonna worry about it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go over here. Hold on. Because I want to show y'all this. I really do. Let's click here. Let's click here. Okay, here we go. This is not the best one, but I'm going to pull it up. This is his daughter. The picture I just showed y'all, this is one of his daughters. You could see it, Creole and stuff all in her face, baby. You could see it. And she was 5 foot even. I'm 5'1". I'm real tall, y'all. I'm real tall. And right here, her hair, it's all, I don't know if you can see it, but it stops like right here. It stops right there. And that's my granny. That is my granny. That is my granny. So yeah, it just trips me out. I'm like, and see, so the darker hue of me, like one of her brothers named I forgot. Dang, it just went out of my man. But she's got a brother that I'm dark skinned like, and just like on my mama, one of her brothers, like my mama is Caribbean and black. One of her brothers is real dark. Okay. And my daddy, he's midnight black. So I'm a mixture of all of them. I'm a darker hue, but I'm a mixture of all of them. And it just be my features are exotic. It trips me out. I be looking at myself one way and go, girl, you look like, and then I look at myself another way and go, girl, but you look like. So yeah, I got a little bit of everybody in me. A lot of bit of everybody in me. Not a little bit, but a lot of it. Okay. I am third. Hold on, let me pull it up. I am third generation off the boat. Both my parents were born in the 20s. Okay, now. Okay, let's see. I think he was handsome too. I really do. Mm-hmm. Sinus headache. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'm like, and I don't have no more of my sinus pills. So I said I was gonna go and get some today when I leave the house and everything, just in case I would decide to go to bingo, you know. See if I hit my luck again. Let me see. There are some beautiful people down there. Right, right. I'm gonna show you my cousin. You may have seen her. You may have seen her. Let me show you my cousin. Hold on. Hold on. Ugh. She's in a movie too. She's in the movie that my one cousin that's from down there as well. He's got like 6 movies on Tubi. And so let me show you her. Hold on. because she the one sent me the video that I showed earlier. So y'all, the internet, the Wi-Fi, it sucks. Okay, just want y'all to know it sucks. Hold on, I'm pulling it up as we speak. Okay, hold on. This is my cousin Cecilia. She's the one, when I go down there, I'm hooking up with her so she can take me around and show me my family members and where we're located and all of this. This is Cecilia right here. This is her mom, but this is Cecilia and everything. Yep. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. And then here's part of the movie she's in. And then I'm gonna show y'all my cousin who's down there who has the movie company and all this and stuff. But here's part of the movie she's in. I was telling y'all about to look at it on Tubi. One moment, let me pull this up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go. We talking about bloodlines and stuff today, you guys. I went and told y'all about a herb. Go look at it. Okay. Here we go. Let's pull it up. Let's go. All right. This is my cousin right here, the one I just showed y'all. All right. And let's see.
Jackie. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. A bitch trying to help you and you don't appreciate shit. No, what I don't appreciate is you always going so hard in my business all the time. What kind of friend influences me to kill my child? Bitch, you're a real one. You know what? Look, I'm sorry. This shit just got me so fucking stressed out. And I know you mean well, but honestly, it don't fucking help. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I ain't never expected love to hurt so bad. All right. Sierra, look, come on now. Look. How long we been friends, huh? How long? Since the first grade. All right, so you know I got your back, right? You know I got your back, right? Look. I'm gonna handle everything, all right? All right? Okay. Everything we can handle. Okay.
I know y'all not with this shit at work today.
Oh, this bitch, man.
Y'all go do some work or something.
Okay, so that's the latest movie that my cousin. I'm gonna show y'all my cousin. Hold on. My male cousin who has that's from down there who has several movies. Hold on. So y'all can just support him, please, and we thank you. And we thank you. I'm waiting on the Wi-Fi, y'all. It ain't me, it's the Wi-Fi. It sucks. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me click here. Y'all hear all that noise? That's my son. He's in the bathroom with his phone. Very, very loud. Okay. Let's see. Let me click on his picture real wide so y'all can see. This right here is my cousin who has, like I said, four or five movies already on Tubi. He's working on another movie. It's going to be loosely based on our ancestry. It's going to be something like how they did Sinners. Going to tell about some of the things that happened with the Choctaws and what's up, the Hood Table Boo and all of that and stuff. So yeah, so this is my cousin, and I'm gonna show y'all the latest movie that he brought out, and which was the one she was just in. So hold on, let me get it. It's called I Never Would Have. I think that's what it is. he wouldn't have, or something like that. Hold on, hold on. Cause that came when that came out, everybody. Okay, let me just share this whole thing right here. Cause this is all of his movies in one. So if y'all, y'all looking at Tubi today, y'all want to look at some movies. I got several cousins. I got one cousin that's got 21 movies on Tubi. He's got 6 or 7 on Tubi. I got a little brother that's got some on Tubi, and I got another cousin that's got a movie and a series on Tubi. Let's go. So here we go, right here, kid, right here, kid. Never would have thought. That's the latest movie. That movie everybody's been raving about. It's called Never Would Have Thought. Um, Here's the one that came out before. Never would have thought. But these are all of his movies right here. The one that I just showed y'all. Welcome to Fat Bellies, The Cleaners 2, The Cleaners, Powerball, The Country, and all of this right here. And this one right here, Never Would Have Thought. So yeah, take a look at that. Like I said, take a look at it. If you're looking for some good movies or just some type of entertainment and everything, this is how he looked. He's at the movie thing. And so one of my songs, or at least my voice, will be on one of my cousin's movies. I don't know if he's gonna put it in the opening or if it's gonna be one of the songs that play during the scene. But I am on. Yeah, I was blessed to help my cousin out and get my voice, my singing voice on there. And I told him I don't want nothing. I want to help him out. Plus, it'll give me good accolades to where I can point somebody to that movie and go, hey, if you go through this scene right here, that's me. You know. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm always willing to help my family out. And plus, when I put out my last book, Me Versus Me, in this series, when I put out my last book, there's going to be an EP to everybody who buys one. They're going to have a signed EP from me with an original song on it and everything. And those that don't have CDs no more, whatever, I'm trying to figure out a way to where they can download it. Now, it'll probably have to come from my website. I'm getting my website overhauled. So they'll probably have to come from my website. I give you a code and you go there and you download it for free, you know. So yeah. So yeah, let me see what else y'all saying. Okay, you said December Baby is in Lafayette if you're cool with her. Yeah, she's okay. Yeah. I don't have no problem with December Baby. Email me the names of the movies. I will. Okay, let me see. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good morning. And real quick, this is what I shared with my people. Just so y'all won't have to go all the way back. This right here. This right here, kid. This right here, kid. Uh, Come on, come on, come on. I'm pulling it up as we speak. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. So let's pull it up. And this is what I was explaining to people. My cousin sent me this yesterday, a day before yesterday, wanted to, because she wanted me to get the extra history on our city and us. And so this is what she sent me, and I hope y'all enjoy this a little bit. Okay.
Capital of Louisiana. Then the state made them disappear from history. Follow me because this gets dark. St. Landry Parish had the largest free Creole population in the state by 1860. Landowners, doctors, educators. Some owned more property than white families. After Reconstruction ended, Louisiana passed racial classification laws. One drop of African blood made you black. Creole meant nothing legally. Opelusas Creoles who'd been free for generations were suddenly stripped of status. Lost voting rights, lost property, lost businesses they'd built for decades. The 1910 census shows it clearly. Families listed as Creole in 1900 were marked colored by 1910. Same families, same addresses, different classification. Many fled to California and Chicago. Others stayed and watched their children grow up not knowing they were Creole. St. Landry Parish Creoles are still here. Most people have no idea. Drop your last name if you're from Opelusas or St. Landry.
Okay, come through. Come through. The hood table, did you, boo? Thank you. You know what? If you email me, let me put my email here. Hold on. Because you know you my peoples, okay? You are my peoples. Hold on. You and Charlie, y'all my peoples. And Mixology, y'all my peoples. So, now thank you for your support, love. Okay, that's the email. That's the best email to get in touch with me because everybody else there that sends them to them other emails, bless your heart. Anyway, yeah, I got 3 big emails. One of them had over 315,642 emails in it that was unread. Another one has over 80,000. This one right here got 10. So this is the best way to get in touch with me. If you want to get in touch with me, Coco's Next Level at yahoo.com. Okay. That's the best one because the other ones, it's like shooting in the dark, baby. You're trying to hit a target, but you're shooting with your eyes closed. I don't know. I try. I do try. But if you send me an email and if you don't mind me having somewhere to send it, I will send you a signed copy. Matter of fact, I'll send you a signed copy of the one you got and a signed copy of my latest. I'll send it to you as a gift. Only thing I ask is that the first one that you got, you go ahead and bless somebody with that. But the next one, let them know where they can go and get my book at because I do self-publish. And so, yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, the hood table, baby, I'll do that for you. I'll send you one signed from both of them. I sure will. Thank you for your support, love. That was my very first book. Y'all, the front of the book is on my screen. That picture right there. That's the front of the book. That's why I keep telling everybody. Everybody's like, I can't find it. If you look at if you look at my screen, that's the front of my book. So if you go on Amazon and you look for that, you'll find it. Point blank, period. You will find it. And I'm naked and unashamed in my book. I'm very much naked and unashamed. It's a whole lot of things that I tell about myself. And it was a ministry. I did that for a reason. You know, God was like, you need to heal people while I'm healing you. And I'm so, and especially a lot of people that got the book, they emailed me at the time at their email address in the book. And they was emailing me like, I cannot believe you put in your book that you got a child by your cousin. I'm like, why not? Because it's my life. Why not? It happened. A lot of people, that's why they're not healed to this day because they won't let things out to heal. I ain't that one. I don't like nothing over me that I ain't getting no pleasure out of. And y'all feel me on that. If it's something that's tormenting me and worrying me and all this, we got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of that. Let's go to counseling. Let's get that healed and be done. Okay? But anyway, y'all, know your history. Start researching because I'm telling y'all, they are trying to erase us. They don't even want us to believe that slavery happened. And they got some black people walking around. Slavery never happened. I don't know why y'all want, and I'm glad nobody stood in front of me and said that stupid S&M stuff because, our people got, I don't even want to get into all that. I'm just saying, okay? That's what they want you to believe, that slavery never happened. Slavery never happened. That's what they're saying, okay? So, yeah, but anyway, I don't know if I'm going to bingo today or not. I really want to get out of this house because for today and tomorrow it's going to be nice. But tomorrow afternoon, the weather's going to go from 77 to 30-something, and then we're going to have snow. Kentucky has bipolar weather right now, okay? We have very much bipolar weather. That's all I'm saying about that, So, what I will say, you can't stay out of the management.
From Kentucky to the world.
Service and stay out of the mess. Okay? I love you guys, and remember, no matter
Real
what
butterfly.
always do your best.
Spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. Lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long live the queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally, leave a queen. Forever strong. Kentucky vibe, where you belong.
Hey, twerk, twerk, twerk.